Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that if you're returning. How you doing? Grab that coffee, maybe some hot chocolate. Make sure it's nice and warm and toasty. You got some marshmallows to put in the hot chocolate. Listen, I was asked to do this video, okay, about preparedness for people of the prepared mind to get ready for winter, all right? Now, this obviously does not affect me. Why? Because I live in Tampa, all right? But I did used to live up in Jersey. I'm from Atlantic City. You know, my husband's from Philly, so we still remember what it was like, you know, to deal with the harsh winters up there, okay? I mean, some people, you know, you look forward to winter. Why? You got the hot chocolate, you got the fuzzy socks, you know, you got the comfy clothes to wear, you know, snow days, skiing. I love skiing. My parents used to own a home in the Poconos, and we would go skiing at Mount Airy Lodge. Who doesn't love Mount Airy Lodge, you know? But people of the prepared mind, we know that disasters do not take a vacation, okay? And if you want to survive in winter, when SHTF happens, what do? What's the first thing you do? You prepare ahead. So, winterize your home and your property. You stock up on supplies. You should also learn how to spot the signs of hypothermia and frostbite and other cold-related injuries. Okay? Now, the first thing is to monitor the weather forecast and make the necessary preparations. Cold weather hazards can be unpredictable, just like summer weather hazards. Hurricanes, look what we just went through with Ian, all right? But you should always stay informed and plan accordingly to ensure your winter safety, okay? But monitor the weather forecast for any winter weather advisory, like a winter storm warning, a winter storm watch, and this ensures that you can be prepared for whatever conditions may arise, all right? Now, limit your time outdoors in extremely cold weather. Now, when I say limit your time outdoors, I'm not saying that, you know, the first snowfall, let's go out and build a snowman. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about extreme cold weather, okay, where you will get frostbite. You will get hypothermia. That's the extreme cold weather that I'm talking about, all right? In this case, in this scenario, please stay inside where it's warm. Limit your time outdoors in extremely cold conditions. Prolonged exposure to cold temperatures during a winter storm can cause frostbite, which is when your skin and your tissue freeze. Now, symptoms of frostbite is numbness, tingling, your skin will turn red or very pale. And severe cases of frostbite, there will be tissue damage and gangrene will set in. Now, spending time outdoors in extreme cold weather, and I mean the utmost extreme, okay, may be bad for your heart health as well. So if you're like me and you've got atrial fibrillation with tachycardia, you might want to keep your butt in the house, okay? I mean, me, I would not want to take that chance, okay? So, the next, let's winterize our homes, okay? Winter, as you know, it covers the landscape with the beautiful white snow and the trees and the, oh my goodness, and everything looks so beautiful and crisp and clean. But it also brings with it colder temperatures and the potential for dangerous weather conditions. And this is why you need to winterize your home, all right? I remember when Sean and I were looking to move, we were going to be moving to Alaska, and I had found this gorgeous log cabin. And I was on the phone with the realtor, and she said, you know, the house is already winterized. And this was, oh my gosh, 10 years ago, because he was getting a transfer with Homeland Security out to Alaska to Barrow? Yeah, Barrow. And she said, yeah, the house has already been winterized. I said, what the heck are you talking about? She said, well, they put antifreeze in the plumbing so the pipes don't freeze. Excuse me? I said, don't you just let the faucets drip? She goes, no, that doesn't work here. Oh, okay. It was one of those. I'm like, Sean, I don't know if I want to make this move, And, but yeah, we were moving to Barrow, Alaska. Yeah, because Sean was getting a transfer. Yeah. Thank God it fell through. Because I couldn't get anyone to move for him. In order for him to go to Barrow, someone in Barrow had to come to Tampa. Yeah. But, this is why, you need to winterize your home before the coldest months set in, which means like now, like yesterday type thing. Taking a few simple steps can help ensure that your home is safe and comfortable throughout the winter. Check if your heating system is good, in good working condition. Have it serviced by a professional. Keep flammable materials away from heat sources. Insulate your home, especially your doors, your windows, against the cold. Stock up on your winter supplies like food and water, warm clothing for the entire family. All right. Now, stay warm indoors. Okay. When the temperatures start to drop, especially at night, right on, it's best to stay warm indoors. Do you have a space heater? You remember the old radiators, right? And the oil, you could hear the oil pop, right? Now, these space heaters can help raise the temperature in a room and make it more comfortable. But you have to know how to use them safely first, okay? Put the heater on a level surface away from flammable materials. And, I remember using these when we lived up north. And I remember my mother never wanting to put them on the carpet. She had put them on the linoleum floor in the kitchen, and then she had one in the bathrooms. And she never had, and I always thought, what, And then we always did the fireplace. My father always had the fireplace going in the winter. Yeah. And but never leave anything around the radiators, the heaters, the fireplace, nothing like that ever, God forbid, because they can start fires and you don't want that, But keep your doors and your windows closed to help prevent the heat from escaping. And when the weather is cold, you want to stay warm, put those extra layer of clothes on. You don't want to be walking around in like a tank top with your G-string on, you know what I mean? And then say, oh my God, it's cold. Put clothes on. It's one of those, like my husband, when it gets cold here, he's like, oh, it's so cold on, and put the heat on. Get the flip it. Put a sweatshirt on, put socks on, put your sweatpants on, and get into bed. You're not putting the heat on. It's 40 degrees out. It's not cold. You want cold? Go back home. Go back to Philly. That's cold. You know what I mean? But layers help keep your body heat in, which keeps you warm. Right on? Now, the next thing is follow a balanced diet. I think this is extremely important. You need to make sure that you are getting the proper nutrition to stay healthy as winter approaches. When it's cold, your body needs more energy to stay warm. And this means that you need to consume just a little bit more calories than what you're used to. Okay, I'm not saying go ahead and gorge and get fat. No, that's not what I'm saying. All right. But eating in winter is not just about eating more food. You need to make sure that you are getting the right mix of nutrients, okay, to keep your body functioning properly in cold conditions. It doesn't hurt to have a cup of soup at night. You know what I mean? It doesn't hurt to make a nice vat of chili, with some white rice, and then put those oyster crackers on top. Now that's a meal. You know what I mean? Even if you did like grilled cheese sandwiches, that's a meal. It's a good winter meal. You know what I mean? So the next thing is, for the love of God, please do not use your stove or your oven for heating the house, please. Okay? I don't want to get a call in the middle of the night saying, Autumn, oh my God, I did this and now my house. Okay? I don't need it. I really don't. But, you may need to consider all alternative ways to heat your home during the winter, because using your stove or your oven, nay. Please don't do it. You could cause a fire. Okay? Carbon monoxide poisoning. Don't do it. Okay, please? Now, get a space heater, okay? Please let me sleep at night knowing that you have a space heater and you're not using your oven or your stove, okay? The next thing is keep the air moist. Dry air from indoor forced heating may cause congestion. Did you ever wake up in the middle of the night or even in the morning and not for nothing you got a bloody nose because the heat's on? That happens to me. So even when it does get cold here and my husband is like, I gotta put the heat on, don't you dare. Because what's the first thing that happens? I get a bloody nose because of the dry air. I can't have the heat on. All right. I mean, and I can't sleep because I can't breathe. Okay. So prevent this by drinking a lot of water or clear liquids during the day to stay hydrated. Now, you can also use a humidifier, right? Like, remember, the old time, the Vicks humidifiers, that's what I'm talking about, okay? At night, and if you wake up still feeling uncomfortable and have a little trouble breathing properly, you might need to, like, amp it up just a little bit more, okay? Using a neti pot is another way to keep the sinuses clear. I use a neti pot. I like the neti pots, okay? Use that before you go to bed, and it helps with the congestion, okay? Now, locate and mark your main water valve, because if the pipes freeze, all right, I mean, do this before SHTF, do this before blizzard, do this before freeze, okay, deep freeze. Find out where your main water line valve is, and once you locate it, make sure that your main valve is working properly, okay, by locating it, marking it, even if you just get a little flag, okay, mark it. And this will ensure that you can quickly turn your water off if the pipes burst, all right, or if there's another problem with a supply line into your house or whatever the case may be, okay. Now, drain your exterior pipes before winter gets here, okay. Drain the exterior pipes because water left in the pipes can freeze and the pipes can burst, all right. Now this can result in costly repairs for money that we don't have to put out for repairs. Okay. Think of this added extra expense that you could have put towards preps, right? And the loss of running water also. Frozen pipes can cause flooding if they thaw and the water is unable to drain properly. Also, if you have a pool and it's calling for a deep freeze, you gotta run your filter. You got to run it because otherwise that can freeze too. And that's another added expense that you don't want. Now, insulate your pipes to help prevent them from freezing and bursting, which can lead also to costly repairs. Wrapping your pipes in insulation means that you can keep your water flowing freely when the temperatures get too cold. Now, if you do go outside, please bundle up appropriately, okay? Make sure you have, your gear ready, okay? Wear several layers of clothing to protect yourself from the cold. Stay warm by putting on, you got long johns. Wear long johns, then your outerwear, like a coat, your gloves, okay, your hat, your scarves, things like that. You got snow boots, put snow boots on, okay? That type of thing. Now, the next is check on your elderly, please. Your grandparents, your parents, all right? The elderly are especially vulnerable during severe winter weather, since they are at increased risk from weather-related events like falls, hypothermia, frostbite. Many seniors, they often live alone, They sometimes they don't even have people check in on them during a storm. So help them stay safe by checking on them during the winter storms, all right? Now, snow and ice are some of the most common hazards in cold weather. So while you're shoveling snow, you got to stay safe. Warm up with some light exercises before shoveling the snow. because you can pull out your back, you can pull your groin, anything, okay? Use a shovel that's comfortable for you. Push the snow rather than lifting it, okay? Take frequent breaks and rest, and breathe properly as well. Do not twist your body when throwing the snow. You will hurt yourself. I mean, you can strain your back and everything else. And listen to your body. If your body says slow down, knock it off, listen to it, okay? Now, when walking on ice, please be careful for when you're going down sidewalks, driveways, all right? The sidewalk can be very slippery and dangerous, making it easy to fall and get hurt. If the ice, it can damage sidewalks and driveways, imagine what it can do to you, right on? And the city or the township or municipality, they don't always throw down salt. You know what I mean? So get salt if you have to, okay? Check your car before driving in this weather, okay? I mean, this weather can be difficult. It can be harsh on cars. Cold temperatures cause battery failure, tire pressure changes. I mean, the cold can also make it hard for you to even start your engine. So winter weather can also affect visibility because of snow, ice buildup on your windshield. So check your car before driving, please. Okay? Before you head out, take a couple minutes to clear the snow, clear the ice off of your car. Also check the roof. So, make sure there's no large chunks of snow. They don't fly off your car while you're driving. All right? Check your tire pressure, please. All right? Drive carefully in winter weather, okay? Have you ever hit black ice? If so, I need to say no more, okay? Consider changing to snow tires, okay? Keep a winter emergency kit in your car, which would include things like a flashlight, extra batteries, a first aid kit, a blanket, snacks, water, jumper cables, battery-powered jump starter, flares or glow sticks, flat tire inflation canister, spare tire and a jack, a spare car fuses. Thanks, Binks. A foldable shovel, okay, a car escape tool with a seatbelt cutter. Have you ever seen that where it'll break a window and cut your seatbelt? Okay. Now, also, please, if you have your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews with you, do not leave them alone in the car. Don't leave the pets alone in the car. Okay. Stay hydrated. Before SHTF happens, please learn about the dangers posed by cold weather. Okay. Frostbite and hypothermia are extremely serious conditions that can occur when someone is exposed to extreme cold. It's crucial to know the signs and the symptoms for each. And, frostbite, it occurs when your skin and your tissues freeze. It can lead to permanent damage. Frostbite symptoms is numbness, tingling, white or grayish or yellowish skin. A hypothermia is when your body temperature drops below 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Symptoms are confusion, drowsiness, shivering, and slurred speech. So, if you or anybody that you are with have these symptoms while out in extreme cold, please seek medical help, okay? All right, guys, I'm out of here. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fearless. Ciao.